Hey guys, so this is more of a full game review. Review what's supposed to. So the one I've done so far, just sort of an initial review at the start of the game, where I've not had a full experience in the game, so it's just flashing through. You'll see a lot of different scenes sort of coming through, but these scenes are actually all from the boss fights. The boss fights are all at the end of each season. Is actually only 4 seasons. I was a bit disappointed when I found out about that, so sort of moving on with the review, I guess now. Obviously, right from the start, you can see it's meant to be 5 seasons, and when you get to the end of season 4, it says season 5's coming soon. That was just a little bit disappointing, really. I was right looking forward to having another a go and a bit more gameplay in it, but obviously it says it's coming soon, so I think the game's been out about a year, so I don't know if that's true or not now. Obviously, with it saying coming soon, but it's just how it is. Moving on with sort of the game controls, at first I found them really difficult, sensitivity wise, but I suppose I've adjusted to the game sensitivity as I've been playing on it, so I'm not as bad with the sensitivity and the controls now. At the start, if you've seen any of my start videos, or maybe even in my initial review, my videos would have been right bad, and I've not been able to get around and do a lot of stuff. The combat, depending on where you are in a season, on which season you're in, you need to sort of adjust. Like, not normally at the start of the season, say season 1, sort of obviously start off with nothing, but you should be able to get through that and build up your crash coins. And if you're good enough, you can actually play through each season without dying sort of at all. Because obviously, if you build up your crash coins, you can start the next season with like 9, 10 crash coins, or maybe even more. And obviously, if you're managing to start off with that many coins, then obviously you can buy a lot of upgrades depending on obviously what's in the shop as well, because that's randomised at the start of the season, from what I can tell. So obviously, if you can, if you've got the right upgrades there, you're able to survive through it. When you get to season 2, you're able to get the mech mode. You don't really need to use it as much in season 2. To be honest, but in season 3 I definitely needed it. To be fair, I completed season 3 basically just using the mech mode. I think other than the boss at the end of season 3, I more or less used mech mode like all the way through it. And the mech mode is like a big transformer. Is the best way I can sort of describe it. We'll have some scenes shortly there about. I've mixed up my scenes as well, so you'll see some with you'll see a lot more of me shooting, I think, because I was shooting a lot throughout season 1 and 2. And 3 or more sort of the mech mode, 3 and 4 or more the mech mode, but I did still do the occasional shooting, so you will see a lot more scenes of me shooting stuff than you will of me in the mech mode. But the mech mode, combat wise, I like how you can get a shield. I like how you can upgrade the weapon and the shield. There's a lot more upgrades for your basic ship. I'm assuming that's because obviously you need them if you're trying to take stuff on with your just your standard ship. Because otherwise you need to adjust your environment to sort of your needs. And I find that a lot easier to do for the ship within the sort of asteroid caves. When you're in a base like this, it's a lot harder to adapt the needs of the ship to sort of your environment, sort of shooting stuff and that. The only thing you can really do is, unless you've made them go past a red pipe and shoot that, or an explosive and shoot that, you're a bit stuck. You're much better off picking up an explosive, chucking it at them, just letting it explode on them, and causing a bit of havoc that way. There's a lot of there is a lot to the game, to be honest. It was very interesting. It was very challenging. To say, it was sort of like an 80s arcade sort of base game. I found it a lot more challenging than what I really thought I would do. The rest of the videos, just so you know, they're going to be made up of these boss scenes coming up. So obviously this is the first boss. We've also got this is the White Tusk, which is the first boss. Sorry. We've got the second boss, which is I can't remember what he is, but I think it's just a large juggernaut. I'm trying to think now. I think it's just like an overly sized, powerful juggernaut. That's where you rescue Admiral Akamoto. And then season 3 you meet the Radar King in his ship, and season 4 you kill the Radar King. So obviously there's different styles of killing the bosses and different weak points and stuff like that. The variety of the bosses was good. Quite enjoyable was the variety, and obviously how you kill them, you need to use different techniques and different styles. I wish I went out prepared to fight the Raider King, but obviously I will get to that when we get around to it. Just sort of speaking about this as it is now, obviously with the ship flying around and stuff like that. This is sort of the big boss, and we've got a little pod for Admiral Akamoto. a bit further down. I also thought I wasn't going to make this because he did bash me up quite a bit, and you can't take out them turrets on the side. Level variety, I did enjoy how you got a game over. Obviously, it'd reset and give you a different set of levels than what you've already had. What I didn't like about that at the same time though, was the fact that obviously when you do sort of restart over. Right, yeah, sorry, I thought this was just a normal scene though, but yeah, that's the radar king, sort of a ship that's teleporting you, catch you, take him out. But just jumping back to the sort of level variation, I think that some of the levels shouldn't have like existed without other levels sort of being there, because like there might be a ship that sort of the satellite ones are okay, like destroy and move satellites. Obviously, you've got more than one satellite in space, but when it came to stuff like oh, we found this thing using the information, based on the information we found, and then like next thing you know, you need to find the transplexer, which basically gives you the information. It's like the wrong way around. So I think some of the levels they should put in the right order, and just make it not so much like keep it randomised, but basically have it on some seasons where you need to have this mission done before you can do the other mission. So maybe have that mission like as episode 1 permanent in the season, and then sort of change it up throughout the rest of the season, because you can use that episode to make sure the rest of the season the season makes sense then. But the randomisation and the sort of customisation you can do with them is pretty good. But like I say, this one didn't take damage, so I ended up just doing a runner really, and this is now we're at the end of season 4. This is the radar king again. I was actually expecting to fight him in his normal ship, but this ship's not his mech mode, and it's got a lot more firepower. With the size of it, it actually took me a while to work my way in, and then obviously I've realised I've not got the right turrets to try to take him out, so I was trying to get in right close to be able to do it, but then obviously I took a big pelting from all of his guns which he's got on the ship, obviously, so that won't help him out much either. I did obviously manage to get in there with the mech mod and take him out, but it did take me a lot of effort to try and do this. Trophy selection wise, I quite enjoyed how the trophies was hidden, just so you sort of don't know. Well, like sometimes you'll get like a trophy, and if you look at trophies on a game, it'll say, oh, if you do this, you do that, and it sort of tells you what you need to do exactly. Whereas with these, obviously, because the hidden trophies are like basically for the main missions, and rather than it spoiling, saying, oh, you need to kill this guy, or complete this by killing this guy, it will just hidden trophy, and then obviously you find out what it is when you get to the end of the season. And once you get to the end of the season, obviously you find out, you see what it is, and obviously if you manage to take it out or steal the item, then you get the trophy, which that was quite a good feature. I'm still giving this game, I think I said 7 out of 10 last time. Yeah, I think in my initial review I gave it a 7 out of 10. I'm still keeping it that. Obviously I can't really think of other games to compare it with other than the only other game 17 bits made, which was Skulls of the Shogun, but obviously even them are two completely different games. Skulls of the Shogun has got, I find it's got more of a story to it than this does, obviously with the randomisation on this, but the combat on this is completely different to Skulls of the Shogun, and obviously more or less the entire game's like a different game entirely. Skulls of the Shogun were a move-based game, this isn't. This is just find a strategy and get to it, I guess. And keep it coming. But I can't really select the game. It was I have enjoyed it quite through. Like I said, the only thing I can really say is the level selection. I think they should have had like a constant episode 1 on some of the seasons, like basically a constant episode 1 on 2, 3 and 4, or basically had like the introduction on them, so like saying to steal the transplexer, on each season have a introduction. I liked how I wasn't too fond of how of how you reset all your gear out, at first, like after each season it resets your ship back to basically a default ship. I wasn't too fond of that, but sort of later on I got used to it. I thought you'd be able to keep your same ship, and obviously the seasons would just get harder, but obviously that's not worked out that way. You just get a fresh ship and start working your upgrades back through again, so it makes it a little bit more challenging, I guess, in that respect. But other than that, it's pretty good. But yeah, like I say, overall I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I've not really got too many games to compare it to, but I've quite enjoyed playing with it, playing on it, and I'm glad the 17-bit gave me But yeah, thank you for watching. I do appreciate any feedback I can get on this, so please like, comment and subscribe.